What's up, world? What's up? What's up? Comic Dez here again, and tonight we are back with another group review. So I'm gonna go ahead and get that set up. Hope y'all like the intro. Working on something a little new here. And always innovating, always trying to update and upgrade things. Let's see. The speakers should be good over there. Yep. So we're gonna go ahead and get right into it. I already got the first video pulled up from the group. This one is, what if I can shrink this bar? I have to deal with it later. But in other, my bad, y'all. So, how y'all doing out there? Sorry. Shoot. Thursday, what is today? August 21st, 2025. So we are almost through the year. We're getting there. Kids back in school. You know how that goes. So hopefully we have a good year this year. Not too much violence. And last year and the last year was crazy. Let's see, it looks like the first video we have here is from our regular in the group. As I see, he's the star contributor, 5,000 points, and he does post a lot of good information in the group. So I'm gonna go ahead and pull this video up. I have no clue how long it is, but it's let's see, breaking down the train dilemma. Do you pull the lever or do you not pull the lever? We'll find out, Aaron. We are definitely going to find out. Pull it up, clicking on it now.
What if you can create your own website by saying, "This is what I want"? With Wix, you can.
Right the scene, pull it up.
First up, let's talk about AI color themes. You can get any combos you want. Bold and bright, minimalist, and...
Okay, so the classic trolley problem is that a trolley is running down a track, and there are 5 people either tied to the track or they're workers, and they don't know the trolley.
What race?
Jewish.
Run them over. No. Go. 5 people are tied to the track.
And
Okay?
you've got one on the other side,
Yes.
or one on another track.
Because the track splits, I presume.
Very clever.
Gotcha. Thank you. I'm good at
And,
this.
and they've got a lever that you can. It's kind of
Yes.
next to you, and you can pull the lever. And if you pull the lever, 5 people are saved, and the trolley runs over 1 person.
Yeah.
And the question is simply, would you pull the lever? I don't know. Would you pull the lever?
I don't think you pull it.
No.
I don't think so.
Why
Because
not?
now you're.
So right here, Aaron, what I see what you did. This is really. It's a lot like the question I asked you the other day when I had said I had asked you your wife. This is a scenario for everybody, right? Though your wife, your loved one, your husband, whatever. You have the option to save them at the expense of everybody, or you could save everybody at the expense of your loved one. The caveat here, though, is that your loved one has the cure or whatever it is that could save everyone. But if you don't get this cure from your loved one, then everyone dies. So that's the dilemma here. I'm not sure if that's what the full dilemma is here, but that's the dilemma that I came with to express or try to find a delineating line as to where we draw our borders with empathy, right? I'm gonna go ahead and pick up this video again here.
responsible for death.
Yeah, because then you are letting 5 people die rather than making 1 person die. And I think letting versus actively doing changes it.
Can we ask
I pull the
questions?
lever.
Okay, go. What about you, Al?
I don't pull the lever. Same reason.
Are we allowed to ask questions about the people, or does that destroy the whole?
Well,
you
the thing
can.
is,
Like age, for example, might be
in
important.
this circumstance, you don't know, right? Or you assume that they're all like 25. But
Got it. They're of equal
what you
ages.
can then do once
Yeah.
you work out whether you pull the lever or not is then start changing these variables.
Okay. Give me
And
the toughest
You pull
variable.
the lever?
That really helps.
Lever?
Yeah. Would you pull the lever?
No.
Why
Wait,
not?
what is it? It's going to hit 5
Gonna
and
hit
then it
5,
could
and if you
one.
pull it,
Would y'all pull the lever? Just based off the information here so far? Would you? Like, I'm double-minded about it, just off what we have here so far. I would either, like, logically, I'd save everybody at the expense of 1 person. But emotionally, I would probably save my loved one over everyone else, right? There's that interplay there, that tension. Let's go ahead and pick it up here.
If you don't pull the lever, it hits 5. If you pull the lever, it hits 1, but you pull the lever.
Will they all follow me on Instagram? Yeah, I don't think that I could be responsible for it.
okay. So then here's the thing, right? So one way you could adapt this is say, because at least the 3 of you think that you wouldn't pull the lever. What if it was 100 people on that track? What if it was 1,000 people on that track?
Yeah, eventually you get to
What
the
if it's
number.
like a city? Or what if it was like your own mother? You know, like surely there is some circumstance in which you would kind of be okay with pulling the lever,
I feel this way about abortion.
right?
Like, 1 or 2 or 4 is fine, but like 1,000,
Yeah, what would
you got to pull the lever on that girl, right?
Like if 1 person had 1,000 abortions.
yeah, like eventually there's a lever where you're like, all right, sew it up or something.
yeah. But
But
okay. so
I joke, I'm being hyperbolic,
No,
but at the
but-
same
but-
time, you're like, wait, what is going on
you
here?
can work
that
this out. Like
yeah.
you can figure out what you think about abortion. So take a like a 1-year-old child and take like 1,000 fertilized zygotes and put them on the other side of the track and ask what someone would do. Which would they run over?
Child.
And I think it's yeah. Well, like some people actually would say that, and that's fine.
Yeah, because
that's your
that's
view,
what they
but it
believe
helps you
life
to work out
begins,
what you actually believe. Because a lot of people will look at that and be like, if I'm being honest with myself, what I would probably do is I would probably run over those zygotes. You can't even see them; they're like
Yep.
dust on the floor,
Yep.
right? And that's probably what I would do. So you adapt it in such a way.
So yeah, Aaron, if you're listening or when you watch this or whenever I respond, I may still come back and do a response in the group. But yeah, pull this back here. So Aaron, what I'm like I want to know where what you're picking up on here. But I'm picking up on, like I was explaining to you the other day, that this is a real test of, again, the boundaries of your empathy, right? You can have ultimate empathy and not do anything, but one party is still going to get the brunt of the effects of not doing anything. So do you do something? And in effect, by doing something, you're essentially choosing not to do something for the other, right? So that's the dilemma that I was getting at and picking up on here in this video. Again, I want to know what you're picking up on, and also anybody else watching tonight, have the comments open. Let me know what you're picking up on. Bring it back.
Ways to, and you can apply it to specific.
And that doesn't mean that you don't think it's wrong. Those people might think it's really wrong, but in this moment,
figure out what's so here. What we've just pulled out is the difference between doing and allowing, which is like a really important ethical distinction. Is there a difference between doing and allowing? And it doesn't mean that allowing people to die is always right. It just means that it's less bad than proactively killing people, right? So then, okay, so take an example where one of my favorites is the trolley's going down a track and there's one person tied up, and there's another track where there's also just one person tied up. But you think you'll really get a kick out of killing someone. You think it's going to be like great fun. Is it wrong to pull the lever?
Yes.
Yeah.
Why?
Because wanting to kill people for fun is bad.
Why?
I assume this is an impulse that once you once you break that seal, it's quite possible you break
But
it
suppose we just know that this person is a perfectly well integrated member of society who recognizes that this kind of kick they get out of the thought of killing someone is totally immoral and they'd never act in accordance with it.
Yeah.
But look, I've got this opportunity.
So this is, to me, doing is worse than allowing.
To enact upon
What's interesting with the first one,
This is Dexter.
and be guilt
Are
free.
you familiar with the show?
I haven't seen it.
He's a serial killer that finds a way to kill just bad
cool.
people.
Yeah. Right. So
But this is the trolley problem,
It's not even
essentially.
that they're bad people. It's not like, oh, they deserve this. It's literally
Somebody's got to die.
Somebody's got to die here.
I get to.
I would say it's like having another producer in the room that knows exactly what you're
Really?
saying. This is co-producer, and it's seriously
Scratch my itch.
Exactly. And here's an interesting consideration: is that have you ever heard of utilitarianism?
yeah,
So the
the
view that
greatest good for the greatest good of people, right?
and that's usually cashed out in terms of maximizing pleasure or minimizing suffering.
Pain, yeah.
Right. This
So we got about about 9 more minutes left in this video. I'm going to grab my tablet real quick because this tablet is dying, and I want to make sure I have the chat open. So I'm going to let this continue playing while I grab my tablet.
So this is what morality is about. That's what it is for the utilitarian. And pleasure is defined very broadly there. It doesn't just mean
Okay.
It doesn't just,
It's not a brothel.
yeah, exactly. It's like anything which is well-being.
That's
Exactly.
how I
food, shelter.
And so here's the thing, right? If you're a utilitarian, then suppose it's not you. Suppose it's someone else who's going to pull that lever, and you know for a fact that they will get some pleasure out of pulling that lever and killing that person. It might not just be that it's permissible for them to pull the lever. If you're a utilitarian, it might be a duty. They might have to, because that will maximize pleasure. Same number of people die, except one extra person is now going to get an You actually got an obligation to
So if we have these people, let's say we have these serial killers, right?
Yeah.
And we are utilitarian in our philosophy.
Yeah,
like,
right.
I think you know where I'm going with this. Like, do we make them be the people that flip the switch for the electric chair?
There you go, man. Yeah. Right, exactly.
We can give them jobs. There
Exactly.
Wow. And is that what abortion doctors are? No. Now we're getting too crazy. But I do.
We'll be right back.
I do. No. I'm teasing, obviously. But I do think these ethical dilemmas present themselves in it's even vaccinating your kid, right? And again, I'm not going to talk about whether vaccines work or don't work or plus or negative for society, but the fear as a parent when you have a brand newborn baby you love more than anything, it's so amazing.
Yeah.
And you watch one video where you're like, this could cause harm to your
It makes
kid.
sense to be terrified. Yeah.
Because now you have the lever, right? You go, do I want to be the person who takes responsibility for causing the harm?
Oh, shit.
Or do I not pull it and then God forbid they get measles or mumps or whatever that shit is. And now
not my fault. So, but this is the thing.
is that parents trying to not be the responsible
exactly.
party?
But a lot of people look at that. A lot of people look at that and they say, but that's bad parenting. And if that's bad parenting, then maybe there's something more going on. It's not just as simple as doing is bad, but allowing is kind of fine. It's like, no, there's something more complicated going on.
So how would you handle that? What are all the different ways to think about that scenario?
I think something important there is the probability, because there's no certainty involved. The trolley problem, you have certainty.
Right.
And so you need a version where you're uncertain. So say, for example, there is a track that's got one person on it, and there's another track that's got a big sort of box that you can't see, and it's got a 99% chance of having nobody in it, but a 1% chance of having 100 people in it. Oof. So same expected value, right? Exactly the same expected value. Because you've got a 1% chance of 100, expected value is 1.
Yep.
You've got a 100% chance of 1, expected value is 1.
Yeah.
So would you take that chance?
I might be inclined to pull it.
I would probably pull it.
Yeah.
And
Oh wow.
what does that tap into? There's got to be
Well,
some
that tells
sort
us
of positive
that
thinking.
if
or-
most people say that they would pull the lever, it tells us that expected value doesn't actually work properly. Because you should, if you're being rational, you should
Yeah.
say, well, I have no preference whatsoever.
I bet a poker
But
player
you
would
do
be like,
have
I
a
don't know what to do. But the rest of us who aren't doing these calculations, maybe it'd be more difficult.
But
keep-
I think what it shows is that expected value is a bad way of thinking about stuff. So, because this is how you work something out. If you've got a gamble,
And see right there, Aaron, that when he's talking about the preference, that's really what I'm getting at when I talk about how we can express empathy for one side, but almost inherently, from what I'm hearing from a lot of the rhetoric, is that empathy is not also extended to the other side, right? So it's what he's talking about here. That line of questioning here kind of exposes that bias.
like you sort of do the expected value and work out which is higher, but that's not actually how people think. You know the game Deal or No Deal?
Yeah.
My friend Phil Halper pointed this out to me, that like if you're playing Deal or No Deal and you've got a box, so say one of the boxes is like 0 and one of the boxes is like $500,000, right?
This is good.
If you're then offered $150,000,
Yeah.
like, are you taking that?
Fuck no, give me that $500,000.
But the thing is, it probably depends on who you are, right? If you've got a lot of money and that's not life changing to you, you're going to think, oh, expected value. So I've got like.
And if you have nothing, you're taking that
But if you
150.
you
I'd take it.
absolutely
You're right.
perfectly
So
rational to take 100.
I have a different answer than all these guys on everything. It's crazy.
Even though expected value says that you should obviously like take the risk for the $500,000 because the expected value is $250,000.
Yep.
And you've only been offered $150,000.
Wait, can I selfishly, because I'm the only person that answered the trolley thing that way, I don't look at it as doing and letting. I guess I look at it as doing, but I'd be saving 5 people. That's the way my brain goes.
Oh,
So
that's
it's like,
your do. Your do
my
is...
doing is I'm saving 5 people, and one person had to die for me to save 5 people. And I think if I was that one person on the track, I think I would understand. I wouldn't be like, hey, let him go. I'm not some fucking saint.
But what about the Fat Man variation?
Real quick before the Fat Man, just on that, like I think there are these.
Hey, that's no way to speak about your friend. Just trying to get.
These I forget the type of like hedge fund it is, but essentially what they do is they buy up businesses, they restructure them, they lay off 10,000 people, but there's still 40,000 people that work there.
Yeah.
And I think Mitt Romney was one of the guys who owned Bain Capital, and this is one of the things they did. And he was like a devout religious dude. I think he was Mormon.
Yeah, he's Mormon.
He was Mormon, but
Yeah.
and I think someone asked him is like, how do you deal with that? Like, how do you handle the fact that you're like letting 10,000 people go? And his answer was Akash's answer is like, I saved 40,000 people's jobs.
Yeah. Yeah, and it's literally just a case of how you think about it.
Yeah, and I don't know if what he's done is immoral at all. I think if you're focusing on those 10,000, but he pulled a lever to save
Look, man,
40,000.
in my view,
You see, that right there speaks to something else. Like when I say that dominates your day, do you save 40,000 people or do you lose everybody? Right? And then that's some of what you have to deal with every day when it comes to running a business as well. So these are the things that I kind of think about whenever I kind of operate throughout my day.
it depends how you feel. Like
How do you
I say,
feel like outside of like the thought experiment? Like, what is your, what did you say, like basic instinct?
yeah.
What is yours in these
about what?
situations?
About like the lever?
Yeah,
Like I think pulling the lever feels right. It feels like that's a good thing to do.
to save more
To
people.
save the 5 to kill 1, but like it's uncertain, right? And the point is it's supposed to be difficult. But the real utility in the trolley problem is whatever you say, you then adapt it. So you said you wouldn't pull the lever because you don't want to kill someone versus 5, and then you just up the ante and make it 100,000 people. And suddenly, I didn't actually ask, would you pull the lever then if it were 100,000 people?
I would probably leave it at
It's like the whole city of New York, So at least in your case, it does change the scenario.
Yeah.
You said that you would pull the lever. You would kill 1 person to save 5 because you're saving 5 even though you have to kill 1. So, as you point out, a famous sort of next variation of this is like the trolley is going towards 5 people. You're stood on a bridge, and there's a fat man on the bridge. And if you push the fat man off the bridge, he'll crash into the train, and the train will stop, and he'll kill the fat man, but it will stop it from running over the 5 people who are tied to the track, would you push that fat man off the bridge?
Yeah.
You would.
Yeah.
So no, good. That means you seem to be thinking very rationally about this.
I'm consistent.
You would actually push a fat guy.
I don't know if I'm strong enough because I can't really lift much weights, but yes.
I don't get the physics. If you push him off the bridge,
Yeah, because the train's going under the bridge.
Oh, the train's going under the bridge. Got it. I'm like, I thought the train's going under the bridge. I need diagrams.
I thought the train was going over the bridge.
I thought the train is like one of the Western movies where the people are running. You never seen Stand By Me?
Yeah, I've seen it.
That's what I'm thinking. I was like, one of the guys is fat. I'm like, okay, he's going to stop the train.
Blankly.
I'm still saving 5 people. It's the same thing.
But you would kill someone you're with that's completely
pulling the lever is killing. So I've made that decision. Now I'm just shoving instead of pulling a lever.
You would just shove this guy off the bridge.
I mean, again, I'm not strong, but I would try.
But he's on the edge. And it's your friend, and he's looking at. He's like, "Oh my God, these people are gonna die."
Yeah, my friend is different. Friend is different.
Why?
Because then I am inconsistent.
No,
then I am inconsistent. If my mom is on the bridge or 5 strangers, I'm not pulling the lever. I'm not shoving my mom. That is now if it's my dad, heave ho. But that's my inconsistency will stop at my wife, my kids, my mom, my best friends, sure. But in general, if I'm saving 5 people.
See, I can appreciate that because he admits that there's a bias and there's an inconsistency. That I've got no problem with that. That's part of being human. What I do have a problem with is people who can't admit that. We all have biases, right? And where none of us are completely 100% objective, even though in some cases, we should probably try to be. But yeah, he's hit it. He's hit it right on there. There's some things you would do to another person that you wouldn't do to your mom or your wife or your husband. So let's go ahead and finish up here.
And they're all strangers. I'm saving 5 people.
Yeah.
And I'm not utilitarianism to the absolute. That's crazy at a certain point. But like, I do largely have that idea. Like, it's saving more people. What are we doing?
Yeah. So here's something funny. They put people in an MRI scanner and asked them about the trolley problem. And the people who said that they would pull the lever, but they wouldn't push the fat man, which is most people, by the way, I think.
That's weird.
People who would pull the lever, but wouldn't push the fat man.
Right there too, Aaron, what I tell you, you can map out a person's decisions and their emotions physiologically through how their brain is operating. So yeah, that's what he's talking about right there.
In the MRI scanner, the part of their brain that deals with emotion was lighting up. Whereas the people who said that they would pull the lever and push the fat man, the part of their brain that deals with rational thinking,
that's me,
was lighting up.
To
and
me,
so
it's pure logic.
It was an indication that a lot of people just think emotively about this and don't realize. They think that they're considering an ethical consideration, but really they're just feeling it out. Yeah. And so it's interesting.
Hold on. Y'all gotta see my face on this one. Just feeling it out. Ain't that what I said? Man? Come on, man. Most people aren't making logical decisions. Most people are making emotion-led decisions. Then they're thinking about the logic of it later on. We need to be more logic-based with an emotional input. That's what I was saying. I'm telling you, SRI is the thing. SRI, y'all, will be working on that framework. SRI, subjective, relational, intuition. I might do an episode on it to make sure to let y'all know what the framework behind it is, but I'm not subscribing to emotional intelligence anymore. I'm rolling with subjective, relational, intuition. But we're gonna get back to the video. We can finish that up.
Interesting. So people like you seem to be thinking rationally about it, and you're trying to sort of put it in very sort of non-emotive terms. But then you said you'd be inconsistent when it comes to your family.
Correct.
And the question is like, why? Or is it inconsistent? Or do you just have an ethical worldview which says that it's okay to prioritize your own family?
I have a love for those people that's overwhelming to the point that ethics is not a concern of mine, morality is not a concern.
But maybe that's
of
just
mine.
what ethics is. Maybe ethics is about like love, and maybe ethics just permits you to care more about your family.
Yeah, sure.
You know what I mean?
But again, this is where I'm not saying it's to dismiss what you do. This is where my brain jumps to like, well, yeah, whatever it is, I'm fine with it.
As an owner of Walton Goggins goggle glasses, I know how to make slick-looking goggle/glasses. But I have
I'm going to have to put a bit of backstory to this. Why did I end up traveling with
That was the end of the video. Whoa, okay.
Ric Flair? I used to travel with Steve.
What else we got? What else is in the group? Let me switch scenes real quick. All right, we're about to see what's in the group right now. Let me get back to my window. All right, we watched that video. Have some more comments for it probably later on. Let's see. Let's dominate the day. Every day. And I might need to update that phrasing, because if you have more psychopathic tendencies, you probably shouldn't dominate the day. You should just probably get through the day. Because I don't know what dominate the day for you is going to look like. So, but let's dominate the day and be good. Let's dominate the day in a good way. About that. So we also asked stuff like, "What did you learn today?" Let's in here. Let's take a look. What did people learn? My guy Oso, the truck came out at Total Wireless. If you're in the area, it's telling me I need to go see him about getting a phone, because I just upgraded to Android 15 and it was not cooperating with my YouTube. Dang, I responded to that. Who is my Metro? I am with Metro, y'all. Metro PCS. Let's see what else we got going on in the group. Check out there's a women's group boxing class on August 30th. That's next weekend, I believe, 10 o'clock. I spoke with Jose yesterday, and from what I'm picking up on him, good guy, mentor from North Carolina. I'm gonna get him on it. I'm gonna get him on here. Hopefully, we can get an interview, and he can tell y'all more about himself and what he's got going on here. But again, women's group boxing class, August 30th. Burn calories, build strength, and boost confidence in a fun, supportive environment. The videos I'm seeing do look fun and educate and informative. And I do see the people there looking like they're enjoying themselves. So definitely do that. Let's see here. I did this one. I posted this one. That's crazy. Did I watch it? Oh, okay. Yep. See right here, the fitness club. So you can message him. He is on Facebook. It's a video. Let's see. Yeah. So we got some photos here. That's what I was talking about. To me, it looks like they got it going on here. Got the messaging. That's the flyer right there. If you're in the area, 702 East Elm Road in Killeen. $12 day pass. Here's a phone number, 254-569-3223. Looks like you could also call 254-389-9437. You can also go to the website www.finesse, that's FINESSE, boxingclub.com. Right? Train hard and bring great energy. Yeah, I'm gonna need that. Let's see. Train with the Puerto Rican Don. Wants to see you win. Grind. I remember one of his posts he was saying that we should give the youth something to strive for. And this is something that he will. When I spoke with him, this is something he said it would be a good outlet for, especially the boys, to strive for. See, is Jill there? Training going on here. See, it says you can call for details about youth training down there. Working, working. All right, so yeah, definitely check out Juan at the Finesse Boxing Club at 702 East Elms Road. That's in Killeen, Texas. It's, oh, that work. Roku channel. We posted this one. The middle. Okay, so for y'all that have continued with the show, Ryan Keaton has UFO 210, and he has worked with Donald Desma. I hope I'm saying it right. Please correct me if I'm saying it incorrectly. But he looks like has his documentary on the Roku channel, and I believe you can get to it from this link here. This is pictures. So, yeah. So there's a story of an Oregon ufologist named Terry Lynch who had a close encounter sighting of a giant UFO craft in 2018. Now putting the story together of numerous sightings in the area. And then Ryan Keaton, I had an interview with him. He was on our America Aliens episode, part 4, and was talking about his experiences and how he was also part of the documentary that came out to his area. And let's see, let's do one more here. You see that Aaron again. This is not a video, but it does say since 1993, Denmark has required children aged 6 to 16 to take weekly empathy classes, reducing bullying and helping build one of the world's kindest societies. Definitely interesting. Oh, that's a lot to read, and I'm far from the laptop and the monitor, so that's not going to happen. The AI handling stuff like that. Dominic Day. Oh, True Core right here. My guy, from my classmates, Jerome Gaston, and I don't say and his wife. He said he's more like the behind the scenes guy. But his wife has started True Core. This is I hope I'm getting it right. It's like Pilates for men. Let me see if I can see any. Click on it. Let's see. So there's an official ribbon cutting ceremony. Going to have free refreshments, water, tea, and cupcakes. The first 50 guests will receive a free meal from Rossler's Blue Cord Barbecue. That's what it looks like to me from here. I don't have my glasses. Going to have three exciting raffle prizes. Exclusive 1 day only membership rate. You must either call in or be present to redeem. 1 day only. Let's see, then we have the hashtags. Address, looks like it's going to be on here. It is at, oh my goodness. It's like 2904 East Stan Sluter Loop. 2904 East Stan Sluter Loop. That's True Core Fitness. $169 for unlimited classes. That's actually not a bad deal. I'm thinking that's for the month. Again, I'm hoping to get them on the show when we can. And the 25 legacy members. I'll get them on the show. We can see if that's like a monthly date. Ribbon cutting ceremony. Please remember to cancel classes in the app if you cannot attend. Less than 6 hours notice will be a $12 fee. No show will be a $20 the class cancellation policy. Going to attend there. Bro Lattes. Okay, so Bro Lattes is what I was thinking of. So strength. This is Bro Lattes strength class. see, what was it? August 6th? Ooh, already past that. Ooh. Ooh, sorry, folks. Let's see what else we got here. Play, learn, missed that one. Older. So how y'all feel about the thumbnails? Let me know what's going on there. So I like the thumbnails. See right here. That's what's going on right now. That's what's going on right now. Hit that one. Why more black people in entrepreneurship? Did we do this one? I'm not sure. Let's play it.
We will never catch up with white America till we get into business because there's a thing called tax write-offs. And I would say to young blacks, get into entrepreneurship. And if you have a job and come together, 10 of you, and open up a corporation and have somebody run it, you have tax write-offs. 98% of people that fly first class on airplanes would not be there if that wasn't a write-off. And yet, on that first class, they gave away last year $800 million, almost $1 billion of free whiskey. But if a welfare mother asked for some apple juice for the baby, she's laughed at. We will never catch up with white America till we get into business because there's a thing called tax write-offs. And I would say to young blacks, get into entrepreneurship. And if you have a job and come together, 10 of you, and open up a corporation and have somebody run it, you have tax write-offs. 98% of people that fly first class on airplanes would not be there if that wasn't a write-off. And yet, on that first class, they gave away last year $800 million, almost $1 billion of free whiskey. But if a welfare mother asked for some apple juice for the baby, she's laughed at. We will never.
So the caption there is why more black people need entrepreneurship. And I agree with the statement, but I also, with the caveat, would say there's nuance in that not everyone is built for entrepreneurship. It takes a lot of the things that I've talked about on the show here: discipline, humility, duty. It takes those things in order to be a successful entrepreneurship or entrepreneur. And what he's saying about the corporation thing is I agree with. So much so that we got some stuff in the works that, yeah, that's exactly what we're doing, pulling our resources together. So we're not going to just be talking about it, we're just going to do it. All right. We've done enough talking already, so that's not to bash talking generally. Just we've done enough talking now. It's time to make moves. And what else do we say? Make sure I can go
there if that wasn't a write-off. And yet, on that first class, they gave away last year $800 million, almost $1 billion of free whiskey. But if a welfare mother asked for some apple juice for the baby, she's laughed at. We will never catch up with white America till we get into business.
And yeah, that last little bit there, that has a lot to do with the breakdown of the family, and which is why it's said that the man is covering the household, because that right there, is the world typically going to laugh at us generally, but there's all something to laugh at about everybody. Just got to take a struggle there. That's the last video I got in me for tonight. I'm hungry. I want to give you something to eat. I do want to thank everybody that joined and that will watch. Please like, subscribe, share. Let's see. Sure I'm not forgetting anything. I'm gonna get out of here. Dominate your day, dominate your night, and just remember, be people. There it goes. There it goes.